Welcome back to D-Backs on Deck. D-Backs and Blue Jays tonight right here on 12 News. We're taking you all the way up to first pitch at 6:40 right here on 12. This season, the D-Backs, of course, honoring the 25th anniversary of that World Series team, and we got a treat for you folks at home. Right now joining us is the co-MVP of that World Series, Curt Schilling. Curt, first of all, welcome home.
Well, thank you.
Welcome back to the ballpark.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I live about 30 miles south of Nashville. Got an animal rescue on a 33-acre farm.
Wow.
So, and let me just tell you, people, retirement is all it's cracked up to be.
You might be the first athlete to say that.
Yeah,
You never
no,
had a desire to get back in the game.
I do have a desire to get back and teach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. But I have not missed the game for a single second since I walked
Oh, well, that's lovely. Well, we're thankful that you brought out the World Series
Yep.
ring on a special occasion for us. It doesn't see the light of day too much, but it is a memory that fans here, folks like myself who grew up, hold dear to their heart. When you just look back at 25 years since that moment, I mean, when you can just process that and the legacy that you left here, what feelings come to mind?
Well, it's a jumble, myriad of emotions. I mean, D-backs are doing the documentary about the season, and it's one of the things I'm going to do here. And I was trying to think about what it meant. And, I didn't go back and watch anything for years.
Really?
No, I was there.
Yeah.
And
You don't
got
go
the
back to
best.
grind the
I
tape?
wanted to remember it the way I saw it.
Sure.
But I honestly think from a player's perspective, it might have been the perfect season.
Wow.
If you think back to that team, there were no controversies.
Yeah.
None. There were no blow-ups. There were no huge slumps. There was none of we didn't have a media. The media here wasn't nearly. First of all, there was no social media, so that's
Sure.
thank God. 'cause
Yeah,
that
no
would've been-
Twitter, no X,
that would have been no
Instagram.
good for
Yeah.
me. But we had a veteran team, and we policed ourselves, and we loved being together. And it was like we didn't have any major injuries. We didn't
Yeah.
have any, there were no big trades or anything like that. We just started and it finished as a group of 25 to 30 guys who loved each other. And, we have a text thread.
Still?
We have a text thread with everybody and Mr. Colangelo on it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And we talk, like we're all hyped up about Junior Spivey's son, who's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, so we talk about families and moments, and Bobby Witt Jr. and giving Bobby, we said I think it was if Bobby Witt Jr. hits like 200 and some home runs, him and Bobby Witt Sr., who had one, will be like the all-time father-son leaders.
That is awesome.
But so we're still very close, and it's amazing to me. I don't know if you ever had this. When we get into a room after, it doesn't matter what time frame, it's like we were there 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Time never passed.
Never passes, and we just immediately are hugging and getting on each other and having a blast.
Curt,
beautiful.
obviously winning is probably up there, but what are some memories that you hold near and dear to that season? I mean, I always remember you and Randy standing up there together and what you two did for our city.
Yeah.
But what do you remember?
I remember going to Ground Zero.
Oh, yeah. Powerful.
I remember getting the Roberto Clemente Award with my son Garrick on my lap, which was that's the accomplishment I'm most proud of for my career. I just remember the moments that you guys didn't see in the clubhouse. I remember Brian Anderson, at the beginning of the college football season in a three-point stance, hands taped up, ready to and doing audibles and stuff like. I mean, I remember. Mo-Man being Mo-Man. Todd Stottlemyre, who, was an enormous influence on that team, even though he was hurt and trying to rehab. And I remember Gracie and Gonz. I remember Matt being Matt. And I just, it's the moments that you think back to your favorite times in high school or your favorite teams you played on growing up. You have friends and memories. Well, we had 25 guys that all had the same collective happy experience.
That's amazing. What are you most proud of when you think about that season? Obviously, your performance in that series was incredible, but leading up to it, is there anything that stands out that you're most proud of?
Well, I'm most proud of what we did.
Yeah.
And how we did it from a team. Personally, it was my most prideful thing in my career is I threw 306 innings in 2001. And the last 48, in my opinion, were my best.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And so, but that was a result of being with those guys. Like RJ pushed me to do things I never would have done.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind.
There was some competition between you two, or kind of.
Right. No, there was from my side.
Leveling
I
up
can't
each other.
answer for him, but he did things I'd never seen before, and he made me push myself to places I never thought I would be able to push myself, and he made me see things in myself I never saw. And I got to follow him every fifth day. So every fifth day, I'm watching there's a chance, and people that bought tickets knew, you could see something you've never seen before. I watched him strike out 20 guys. I mean, it just, and every start was like that, and I cherish that. Brian Anderson, who I love to death, just those things. But I'm proud of being a part of that team. I grew up here.
Yeah.
And people in Boston get offended when they ask me, which one was more special, 04 or 01? And they're like, and I say they were kind of the same, and they get mad. They're like, there's no way. I said, I grew up here.
Yeah.
All of my, I'm at this game, going to be at this game tonight. My entire junior college team's here.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
And
Shout out Yavapai.
Let's go.
Yep. So Rough Riders.
Yeah.
But you love that team too as well.
Oh my God. But this is my home.
Yeah.
My friends and the guys I played Little League with got to see me do that and be a part of that. And, I had the opportunity to be on 3 World Series champions, and this one was on a personal level. I mean, again, there were so many pitching against Clemens in Game 7.
Yeah.
The night after we killed Andy Pettit, which came after 3 nightmarish days in New York.
Yeah.
Sure. Where most teams would fold.
Mm-hmm.
You guys bounced
we had
right back.
Randy.
Like it was
Right.
Randy and they had you.
Yeah, but Randy was the anti-fold, right? I mean, it didn't matter what happened in Game 5. Randy's pitching Game 6, so hang with him, guys.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. What do you see? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. But that was what made it special.
That is really special. That took us in the 2023 run back to that run. Of course, this team trying to get back there.
Yeah.
When you look at this organization at large, what do you see from them? And in this pitching staff, is there anyone that stood out to you?
Well, they all stand out to me in different ways, from Zach and now Merrill's coming back. I think the big thing is I think just holding down the fort until Burns gets back.
Yeah.
Because if he's what I think he'll be when he gets back, he'll be back to himself. There's your ace.
Yeah.
Eduardo, I think, is possibly becoming the guy everybody thought he was going to be. I just remember when the Orioles got him, I thought that was one of the biggest trades of the winter. And that he was legitimate one.
Yeah.
And he's injuries and inconsistency or whatever. But this year,
he's coming.
Right. But if you're going to make the playoffs and you're going to win a World Series, you're going to need to have that top of the rotation punch. Mm-hmm. And he's right now that guy.
Man, we could talk to Curt Schilling for hours. You got to come back, Curt. Listen, come back and visit.
Just talk to my wife.
You got to really. We'll ask. You got a
What's
permanent chair here?
Shonda.
Please.
We'll take good care of him.
Yeah, we'll take good care of him.
15 minutes.
We'll take
a
y'all
Friday
to dinner.
every month. We got him.
Curt,